preserved. How many of you are familiar with the earliest Quranic manuscripts? How many? Are you familiar with any early Quranic manuscript? You say any? Are you familiar with any early Quranic manuscript? You are? What manuscripts do you have in mind? Say again. But what manuscripts do you have in mind? I know, but sure. All right. No. Are you familiar with the early Quranic manuscripts?
I don't know English.
Sure. How about you, sir? Are you familiar with the early Quranic manuscripts? All right, my dear friends. If anyone knows anything about early Quranic manuscripts, I'll give you a few names. Did you want to say something? Sana. Please come here. Birmingham manuscript. Lovely. You see, he's making a good start. You should have spoken right at the start. You shouldn't have let him speak. He's clearly confused and he's taking his medication, maybe the third month or something. You speak. So you know Sana manuscript. Yeah.
I know much, but
You know Sana manuscript. You know Birmingham manuscript. Yep. So Birmingham manuscript, do you know how many pages are there of the Birmingham manuscript? 4 pages. 4 pages. Of the entire Quran. 4 pages. Is that Islamic behavior?
it doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. Listen to me carefully. Today, if someone burns the Quran anywhere, what happens to him?
Nothing should happen to him.
Nothing should happen. But what do Muslims do?
Also, you're saying we burn.
Nothing. They shouldn't do anything. Unless they are finishing.
Please listen carefully.
Unless they are finishing.
1 second. I'm not asking what they should do. I understand. They shouldn't do anything. It should be none of their business. I completely understand. But what do they do? Exactly. Wow. Excuse me, sir. Do you watch news?
Do not take minute. Take original Quran. Just generalize on all of them.
Fanatic. Are you a fanatic?
I'm telling you. Do
Are
not,
you a Muslim, sir?
do not. It doesn't matter what I am.
No, don't. No, please. If you're not Muslim, it's okay. That's fine. Not to you. Do you know?
They change the Arabic.
No. Ignore him. He has failed his exam. Don't listen to him. Do you know if the Sana manuscript agrees with today's text? Do you know if the Quranic text found in Sana manuscript agrees with any version of Quran today?
I cannot explore that.
Does not. Do you know if Sana manuscript is isn't?
He doesn't know what it is.
None. Please listen.
He
None.
doesn't know what it is.
Please stay quiet. You don't know either. You do. I'm sure you'll run away. Please stay quiet. Listen to me, please. Sana. I'll give you a few names of early manuscripts. Birmingham manuscript. You know this. Parisian Metropolitanus. Yeah. The version that is held by Francois de Roche. Sana. Topkapi manuscript. Number of Quranic manuscripts, early manuscripts. Do you know if any of them is complete? None is complete. None. Have you ever studied anything?
I've studied, yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the names of the manuscripts?
I did what you said.
Give me name of one manuscript.
I don't know.
No, give me name of one manuscript.
What do you want to say?
Listen. Give me name of one manuscript. I mentioned 4. Give me one name. No, you tell me. You obviously went to level 2 question without even listening to level.
Okay, go ahead.
Apologize. You should apologize 5 times already. Thank you much. Now time to listen. Now time to listen. Don't come with disturbance. None of the early Quranic manuscripts is complete. None of them is. Number 1. Do you know how many decades the first complete Quranic manuscript? Several decades. Almost a century and more for the first complete manuscript. Which version of Islam? One second.
I'm Sunni.
You're Sunni Islam. Do you know of this gentleman called Uthman?
Yes.
Your imaginary Uthman, the third caliph. Imaginary Uthman. Uthman is supposed to have standardized the Quranic text. He is supposed to have burnt all previous non-standard versions and supposed to have provided a standard version of the Quran. Do you know if anywhere Uthmanic Mushaffs exist? No, it doesn't. No, no, but let me finish this and then I'll allow you to say. In other words, the entire claim that the Quran has been preserved is a cock and bull story. Do you know where Sana manuscript was acquired from? It was acquired in a mosque where the mosque authorities found it and they didn't even know what it was. Could you imagine this? Muslims who have apparently memorized the Quran come across a manuscript of the Quran, which is one of the earliest manuscripts. They try to read, they don't even know it is Quran. They have to call a Western scholar to go fetch the discarded manuscript from the law.
Where did you get this
Listen,
from, sir?
excuse me, sir. What did I say to you earlier? How
Sorry.
old are you, sir?
Okay.
How old are you,
It
sir?
doesn't matter.
No, no, it does matter. Because you might have very little time left. I want you to learn at least now. No, no, this is
Okay, I'm
serious stuff.
learning. I'm trying to learn.
This is
Yeah.
serious stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
You've clearly spent too long
Yeah.
not even knowing the basics, but learning to disturb.
Okay.
Never a good idea.
Very good.
Too much masjid has been going on.
What's that?
You know where you go to do your bum exercise. Too much of it has been going on.
fine.
To an extent, you haven't learned to listen.
So you're Hindu?
Irrelevant. Are you listening to me right now? Please don't panic.
Yeah.
Please.
Because
No, no, no.
Please,
No, no. Please listen. Please listen. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. No, look. I am talking about your text, about which you haven't got a clue. Instead of learning something,
You're not incorrect.
Sana manuscript. Where was Sana manuscript found?
See, don't tell me Sana manuscript. Just go. Do you know the Quran? Have you read it?
You know Sana manuscript. You know it,
Doesn't
yeah.
know what Sana
No,
manuscript.
he knows. He knows. He mentioned.
When it came something, I
But you mentioned the name Sana manuscript, right? Listen, excuse me, sir. Whoa, 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 whoa.
yeah, I've heard of it.
He knows at least know the name Sana manuscript. Yeah, if you don't know, learn. Look at him. No, no, listen. Look at him. Look at. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, if you're not a Muslim, that's fine. Let's stay away, please. Thank you.
For the Birmingham manuscript,
Yeah.
it doesn't contain every single page and every. It's in line with.
Every single page of what?
It doesn't include every single page.
Of what?
What? Because look.
Of what? Please finish.
What
Of.
we've memorized.
Of.
It's
Do you know how many pages are there in the Birmingham manuscript? Do you know how many pages? Birmingham manuscript is the earliest Quranic fragment that has been found till date. Till date, in the entire human history, the earliest Quranic manuscript which has been found so far is what is called Birmingham manuscript. It's in Birmingham, University of Birmingham, maintained there. And the gentleman asks me, doesn't the Birmingham manuscript contain all the pages? And I'm asking him, how many pages does the Birmingham manuscript have? You don't know. Can I tell you the answer? 4 pages. Can your Quran be written in 4 pages? You can't be clearly. It only has a couple of different chapters, nothing more. Do you know the dating of the Birmingham manuscript? The Birmingham manuscript has been carbon dated. Carbon dated.
Can I ask a question?
No, please listen once. Don't please. I'm trying to have an intelligent conversation.
Those
Please, please
four
listen.
chapters, are they the same what's written in the Quran?
No, it isn't.
So it's
Please.
a different chapter. So that is not Quran.
Are you listening right now?
Yeah, I'm listening.
It
And are
is.
you listening to me?
I've listened.
Okay, so
Please wait.
all
Please.
4 chapters are
Wow,
there.
wow, 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 wow. Calm, calm. Calm, calm. Calm, calm. Yeah, you see, he can't answer. I'm not looking for your acknowledgement, sir. Please. I don't know what goes. Birmingham manuscript has surahs from the Quran. Doesn't agree entirely with today's Quran. Doesn't. Maybe now he's listening. Okay, okay. Now. Yeah, absolutely.
Based on what? I mean, Quran, you think it's a different version.
What's
from
happening
Quran.
with him? Is he
Whether
your
it
elder?
be Quran or
Is he
shouldn't
from
be
your
Quran.
same masjid? Yeah. If any time he comes near you, stay away. Keep distance. Now to you, sir. Birmingham manuscript has been carbon dated. Carbon dated. Please listen. My dear young friends, please listen. Birmingham manuscript has been carbon dated. Do you know the date? The central, are you familiar with normal curve, mathematics? Normal curve, you're familiar with normal curve, yeah? In normal curve, what is the mean line? The center line, yeah? And the center gives the best estimate. You're aware of this, yeah? Statistically, the best estimate is given by the central line. Do you know what is the central line of the normal curve given for Birmingham manuscripts radiocarbon dating.
Okay, radiocarbon. Okay.
Wow. Calm down.
Why you're not arguing with me?
Because I know you are a clueless man. I don't want you to subject through adult education right now, sir. Please listen. No, he, are you familiar with, are you familiar with adult education? Adults who haven't learned while they were younger, they can go through schooling. That's what he needs to be subjected to. Especially no, please listen, no, please listen. Not just for basic numeracy, literacy, and so on, not for basic reading skills, numeracy, and so on, them included, but also in his case, for basic listening skills.
Why are you just
Growing up
accusing me of something
with
which you don't know anything about?
look, I have everything about you so far. I know about you, sir. Enough evidence so far. Now to you, sir. Do you know the date for the Birmingham manuscript?
Giving me a fact.
The central date predates Muhammad's public ministry. When did Muhammad begin his public ministry?
Before 600.
When is he supposed to have begun his public ministry? Before 600, says the clueless man. What about you? AD 610 is the claimed beginning of the public ministry of Muhammad. Claimed.
Well, when he started this program.
You know, the Hira and the preaching in Mecca, initial preaching in Mecca, 610 AD. But the Birmingham manuscripts mean dating predates 610 AD, predates,
So it's not real.
which means you have wow. It means please listen. It means you have today in your Quran included material which is not even from the Quran, clearly not from Muhammad, but predating Muhammad. You see what I'm saying? This is the problem you have with the manuscripts. Now, let me
Okay, look,
go on. Please ask me any question based on what you've said.
we follow an oral tradition, right?
We follow an oral tradition.
Yeah, we memorize the Quran. It's passed down from generation to generation, right? So whatever book we have in front of us, whatever is written and is in line with what we've memorized, we take it.
Generation to generation.
That's it.
Please listen to him. He is making sense. Don't listen to him. He's distracting.
It doesn't matter what manuscript, whatever. You can just go on and go on and go on.
At least you're making some sense. Lovely. Now, you should have started right at the start. You shouldn't have let some of the others speak. Please, my dear young friends, please listen to this. The gentleman here is marvelous. At least he's trying to understand and trying to respond by giving additional comments which are new, which can be tried. So far, I spoke about manuscripts. Yeah. And I mentioned about the problems with the manuscripts. And that's where the gentleman here is suggesting that he goes with the oral tradition for the Quran, which is something you could try. Yeah, you could say, look, we go by the oral tradition, not by the manuscripts, and therefore, even if manuscripts aren't complete, manuscripts aren't consistent with each other, earliest, then maybe you can go with the oral tradition. Is what he's saying. Is what he's saying. Now let me. Wow, don't listen to him, my dear friend. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Your quality is going to go down like this. Don't listen. Now, let me ask you this. Do you have any evidence for the existence of an oral tradition in the 7th century in the Arabian Peninsula? Oral tradition. Any evidence for the existence? Because you said you memorize because you are from an oral tradition.
For example, someone who memorized the entire Quran, you have the Senate, I also know what's
Chain
called
of narration.
a chain of narration.
Chain of narration. But listen to
Goes
my.
all the way back to the
Goes
Sure.
all the way back to the Prophet.
Sure. Listen to me
For
carefully.
example, my grandmother, she memorized the Quran, she had a chain of narration that connects her all the way back to the Prophet.
Sure. But listen to my question again. I completely know and understand that Muslims claim that it was memorized right at the start in the 7th century, which is what the gentleman also claimed. Claims I know exists. I'm asking for evidence. Have you got any evidence that in the 7th century the Arabian Peninsula had an oral memorization tradition? Oral tradition generally for everything, and in one second, and in specific in relation to Islam, in relation to the Quran an oral memorization tradition. Have you got any evidence?
Yes, I can tell you. I can't give you like a book that says it or something, but we know from Arabic tradition that even before Islam, oral traditions with poetry and other stuff like could be used for Quran back then because they had oral traditions with poetry.
Listen to me, my dear friend. What's your name?
I can
I completely hear what you're saying. It's popularly claimed. Not an evidence. Have you got evidence?
not yet, not
Let me tell you something.
yet, maybe.
Please, please, you need to research because I am a Christian. Christians, and I at the end of the conversation. For now, I'll tell you this very importantly. You said, wow. Okay, calm down, calm down. Please keep distance. Thank you very much. No, this is Speaker's Corner. Please keep distance. Thank you very much. Now to you, sir. Now to you, sir. To you, sir. Can I tell you a few interesting points? You say there are other literature, Arabic literature, predating the Quran, which have been preserved orally and so on. Remarkably, there is no Arabic literature to the Quran.
The Christians, do they have?
Quran is one of the first. There, the Arabic literature you're talking about, they're all from post-Islamic times. Not number two. I'll now give you. You haven't given solid, unbiased evidence to help you youngsters understand that there was an oral tradition in the 7th century. Please look for it. I'll give you evidence. 7th century Arabia was not a place of oral tradition. 7th century Arabia was a place of written tradition. They wrote everything down. I'll give you a number of. Hey, wow, don't disturb, please. Thank you. I'll give you a number of points. I'll give you a number of points. I'll give you a number of evidential points. Yeah, number one. The Quran itself refers to kitabs. You're familiar with kitabs. What are kitabs? Written literature. Written refers to written literature. Written literature. In one particular surah, the Quran says when it comes to loaning money, if you need to loan money, I can show you if you want right now. If you want to loan money, it says scribe. Find a scribe who could write down details of the loan. Why? Because it belonged to a written environment, not oral environment. So, evidence number one, the Quran referring to Kitab. Evidence number two, the Quran itself actually saying, find a scribe. I'll give you the reference in a brief moment. I'll give you third, very important, very important. You say Muhammad can neither read nor write. Yeah? You say Muhammad is special in that he can neither read. Yeah, once. Yeah, Surah 2. Yeah, Surah 2 at the end. I'll come to that in a minute. Please, just 1 second. Point number three. You say that that Muhammad, your messenger, can neither read nor write. Yeah, that's what you claim. Reading and writing, does that belong to an oral tradition or a writing tradition? What do you write? Reading. What do you read? Something which is orally said. What did Muhammad not know? What did Muhammad not know?
He didn't know how to read.
Read what?
Say text.
Read a written. Your entire bogus tradition claims that he did not know how to read. Reading is from a written source. Here say he could speak. He could clearly speak to each other. Yeah, he could clearly speak to each other. Muhammad, according to your story, clearly could speak in Arabic. Speaking wasn't his area of disability. His area of disability was that he could neither read nor write, both of which pertains to tradition. Also did not write or read. Is Muhammad special when he can't read and write? Listen to my question carefully. If in the entire environment, Across the Arabian Peninsula, it was only an oral tradition. No one wrote, no one read. Oh, wow, wow. Excuse me, sir, please. Lou is there. You are disturbing too much. Are you with him, sir? Please stay away from him. He's a little bit confused. If no one would have read, would you agree? In an oral environment, everyone spoke to each other. No one wrote, no one read from writings. Yeah, with me so far? Are you with me so far?
Yeah, I'm with you.
And therefore, Muhammad wouldn't be special, would he be? No, everyone is the same. No one could write, no one could read. Muhammad is not special. Yeah.
No, they could write and read.
What's that?
They could write and read as companions.
Exactly. In other words, you now have to agree. You have two options. Option one, please listen, everyone, you three especially carefully, and you also. If, exactly, if everyone else could read and write, then clearly it's not an oral tradition based environment. They were writing down. With me? In which case, we need to look for a written Quran, not oral tradition. But if everyone else only,
Just because it's written everywhere doesn't mean that it can be an oral tradition and also be write things down. It
It
doesn't.
was written and Uthman gathered all the writings.
look, please listen to me carefully. A tradition, an environment is either written or oral. An environment. For example, in the UK, we don't have an oral tradition when it comes to formal documents. We don't. Yeah. For example, your driving license. In the times past, it'll be a document you can show, take and show, which I have also a copy. But it's also digitalized these days. Yeah. It's recorded. In the UK, if you have to have your birth certificate, it's written down, not literally, but metaphorically. Yeah, the UK is a written tradition, written environment, written tradition based environment.
Even the Bible.
An environment is either one or the other, not both. If an environment is entirely oral, then people would memorize. But if they were writing down, people wouldn't be memorizing. I've given you 3 or 4 evidence points so far. Number one, the Quran refers to kitabs. Number two, the Quran in Surah 2 at the end refers to essentially says, if you want to loan money between each other,
Yeah.
find a scribe. Even if you are traveling, find a scribe. Now, let me ask you something important. Yeah? Between lending people money and the Quran, what is more important? Let's lend me £1,000 versus a Quran. What is more important? Is £1,000 more important than the Quran, or is the Quran more important than £1,000? So you would say the Quran is more important. But what is the advice given in Surah 2 at the end? Even a loan, you write it down. How much more the Quran? If the Quran is more valuable, even a loan you've been asked to write down, how much more the Quran? See what I'm saying? Number two. Number three, Muhammad himself would not be special in an oral environment. He would not be. He would be special only in a written environment. Even if the story is true, it will be a special instance of an unlettered, someone who couldn't write, neither read nor write, only in a written environment. Therefore, I'll return to my original question. One second. I'll return to my original question. So we're talking about a written environment. Now go back to Quran's preservation in a written environment, not an oral tradition-based environment. Because evidentially,
Multiple points. Can we talk about one point at a time? We're saying all of them, then we have to reply to them. Let's talk about one point at a time. That's fair.
the one point I'm saying right now is clearly based on multiple evidence I've given so far. Once I know. So, okay, I can, yeah, but ultimately the point I'm trying to say is 7th century Hijazi Arabia was a written environment, environment where people wrote things down. I mentioned to you an evidence from the Quran. Would you like to see that?
All the people were all the people
Even
were
about a loan.
The reason you are saying that because the loans are written down and because the Quran is supposed to be an oral tradition, that somehow quantifies value. But the reason We get good deeds when we memorize it.
Is what?
We get good deeds when we memorize. There's so many other reasons why to memorize.
No, 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 no. Listen to me
Not
carefully.
only because of
No, no,
everything.
listen to me
I
carefully.
know, but we also get good deeds. Memorize other than just preserving it that we memorize. It's not the
Listen to me.
only-
Other points. I'm making a very basic point right now. The basic point I'm making right now is that whereas your friend said, well, earliest Qurans were preserved through memorization, I am trying, and because it was an oral point, I am saying 7th century Hijazi wasn't an oral tradition based area. I'll give you a simple example. In a written tradition based area, if you need to do your university assignment, would you be asked to, apart from the special case presentation, most research document, research, conclusions, would you be asked to write it down? Write it down. That's what. And so the point. Wow. Yeah. You see, I told you. He went to university. He went to university and insisted. Now, with me so far, if you are in a writing environment, if you receive a book, you will write it down. That's the obvious thing you do. And that is why the Quran says, write it down. The loan, write it down. Kitab. One second. Let me finish. One second. Let's start with you. Let's start with you separately. Alright, Surah 2, Ayah 283. Just quickly, and then I'll bring you in, please. I really want to speak to you. I'll bring you in. But let's go to Surah 2, Ayah 283. 282, 283. Please see here. 282 would set the context for you. 283, Surah 2, Al-Baqarah, Ayat 283. What is yeah, one of you, please.
Go on a journey and cannot find a scribe when it's clearly defaulted.
So this is talking about you can go through the few. No, please, let him speak. Allah, Babu, let him speak. The point is very simply, who is the we? I'm speaking to him. Can you please give him? I want to speak to you, but let him finish. Please. Can I? Sure. But I'd like to wrap this up and then we'll start a fresh topic. No. It has been going on for a while. I'll start fresh conversation with him. Fresh. So because he hasn't been here the last half an hour, so I'll start with him fresh. Now, with you, can you see contract, debt, specified term 282? Can you see? Write it down. Let a scribe write between you in justice. You see?
Okay.
So even for a loan, you write it down. Much more for the Quran, because the Quran is meant to be more valuable. So very simply, my dear friends, it's not an oral tradition. Don't let any Muslim. 7th century Arabia is not an environment of oral tradition. Evidentially, I'll give you one last information. Today, there are thousands and thousands of rock inscriptions found across the Hijazi area, written over centuries in the Arabian Peninsula. Centuries. And therefore, the claim, if you listen, you would have understood multiple times so far. The claim is, today Muslims would tell you, your teachers, your imams would tell you, oh, that's all oral tradition. But evidence tells us no. The entire reason I'm dwelling on this topic is very important. Quran claims that the Quran is preserved, which we have seen is not the case based on manuscripts. And we have also seen it is not an oral tradition based environment. And so therefore we can now conclude that the Quran is not preserved. But the entire reason Quran talks about its own preservation. One second. The entire reason, one second. No, you not, because you weren't here earlier. Now you've come in only 2 minutes ago. I'll start fresh. So the entire claim is that the Quran isn't preserved, but the Bible is corrupt. The Quran is preserved, the Bible is corrupt. Now I have demonstrated to you. Please, when you go home, study the manuscripts, the earliest Quranic manuscripts. Try and compare and see if they agree with, if first of all they are complete, or if they agree with any of the manuscripts today, or any of the Quranic text today. Please find out for yourself. Finally, the entire reason the Quran claims this, that the Bible is corrupt, is because the Quran contradicts the Bible when it comes to the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus, when it comes to Abraham's covenant passing through Isaac, passing through Isaac, and when it comes to Jesus' deity, or in all of these areas, in all of these areas, in all of these areas, the Quran contradicts, and therefore its excuse is everywhere. You can see this right the way through the Quran. Every time the Jews, every time, one second, every time the Jews and Christians said, "Hey, look, our Bible says something else." All that whoever wrote the Quran told them, "Hey, hey, look." All that the Quran, the writer of the Quran told them was, "You have changed your Bible. You have changed your Bible." Now, do you have any evidence for the Bible having been corrupt?
I mean, I guess there is, but
Sure, I'll start a fresh conversation with him on this. But do you have any evidence for the no?
Excuse me, I just want to.
Sure.
Can we skip
One
the-
last yes.
Can we go back to the original topic? You kind of.
Please, 2 minutes. I really want to speak to you. Give me 2 minutes, please. Give me 2 minutes.
We kind of strayed away when you started talking about the Bible and stuff. Like, I want to go back to the original topic about the Arab people not being not focusing on oral traditions, right? So
Not being of oral
not
tradition.
being of oral, okay? So you talked about the verse in the Quran
Yeah.
that talks about loan. That doesn't quantify value. You're saying because the Quran is more valuable, it should be in the same. It should be preserved in the same way. That doesn't quantify.
That's not
value.
what I said. What I said was a little bit nuanced, a little bit more, a little bit lengthier. What I said was, if even for a loan, if even for a loan you are asked to write down, then that's an evidence for a written. Let me finish. If even for a loan you have been asked to write, let's say you go to an office, it's an evidence for a written community, an environment where people wrote things down. Is my point. And my point, in other words, that's point number one. Don't let anyone say that Hijazi 7th century was oral
That's
tradition
also
based.
one point right now. Before going to that.
No, no, this is the conclusion. This is the next level inference from that. Muslims go around claiming it's oral tradition, oral tradition. But even for a loan, they were asked to write it down, which means it's a written tradition based environment. And therefore, my second point is,
I want to
and
get to this one.
and therefore, you would expect that more so with the Quran.
I understand, but the
Yeah.
Quran, there's so many different levels to it. First of all, for example, in times of war, stuff like that, manuscripts can't be preserved, can't be shown on Word or Google Docs and printed out.
Let me ask you another question. You will see. Yeah, sure.
When people memorize it, they go and relate it up to other people. They hear the beauty. For example, you want to go to someone that doesn't believe. Would you say, or would you have it memorized and say it, relay it to them? It's different. There's so many other things. You get good deeds from relaying and memorizing the Quran. There's so many rewards for being a hafiz. It's not just about evidence and value. There's so many different things that go with the oral tradition of the Quran.
Today, my dear friend, I'll ask you a simple question. Today, let's say some English literature, let's say Wordsworth or something, some poem by Wordsworth. Did you study here or are you studying here?
No.
You're visiting. Yeah. So in your school, let's say, do you do English literature?
We're doing
Yeah. So English literature, let's say you have to memorize something. Yeah. That the teacher wants you to memorize something, maybe a poem or whatever. Yeah. The teacher wants you to memorize something.
Okay.
Describe the process you would go through to do that.
We would read it.
Yeah.
I understand.
In a written environment, even if you wanted to memorize, you will write it down first. You understand? And therefore, that contradicts, is my point. You are talking about, for whatever reason you trying to memorize. I completely say, even if it is written down, you may want to memorize, but that's not my point. That's not my point. Wow. Please calm. My point is, even in that environment, you would expect the Quran to have been written down first.
It was written.
And that is exactly where I'm going to the manuscripts. So we have concluded right now that it was written down. Quran was written down. That's the conclusion. And that is where we need to go by the manuscripts now. So the early manuscripts contradict each other. That's important because Quran was written down. We agreed. You see? So manuscripts. Check out the manuscripts when you go home. No, don't threaten me. I need to finish. I need to finish this conversation, please. When you go home, check out the Quranic manuscripts. Earliest. Now, please come here, sir. Please come here. So, my conversation is. So you said you have memorized the Quran. Most of the Quran or all of the Quran? All of it you have memorized. Where are you? Where were you when you memorized? You're from the Arabic heartland.
I'm Arabic.
You're an Arab, yeah. So Arabic.
I'm from Dubai.
You're from Dubai.
That's
Mother
the
tongue
heart
Arabic.
of Arabia. That
Heart
is the
of
heart of Islam. Yes.
heart of Islam. Okay. So now and therefore, let's and of course you're a little bit older than the other gentlemen here. Also, they are young.
They are young.
Young.
They are
So
not
so you're supposed to be an expert. So we will do something really interesting right now. We will do a debate, a formal debate, and the formal debate would be in the simple topic of whether the Quran has been preserved or not. Yeah, a formal debate. Are you familiar with formal? You know,
Yes,
at Speaker's Corner.
I am familiar, but I'm going to make a point here. I'm going to make a point also here before we start our debate that whatever you're going to say about the Quran,
Yeah,
you have to hold to the same standard regarding the Bible.
absolutely.
Okay?
Oh, look. So this is but the topic right now. The first topic is if you want to do both topics, I don't
They're
mind.
the same.
What's that?
They're the same because if I mean
I
any
completely understand.
standard that is acceptable for the preservation of the
I am a
Quran.
Christian, sir.
I know.
I am a Christian, sir. I only go by top quality standard, both for the
What's
Bible
that supposed to mean?
and for the Quran. And therefore, and you don't even have to tell me this. I am a Christian,
Okay.
and merely by the fact that I am a Christian, you should take it for granted. Now, the options that I comment before you are simply either we can do a standalone topic on the Quran alone, where the topic would be something like, is the Quran preserved or corrupted? Or we can do a topic which I'd suggest the first one for simplicity. It's because there's focus, one literature we can go on. But if you want to, we can do both, whether the Bible is preserved, whether the Quran is preserved, or corrupted.
Let's start
Wait,
with
what would you do? You have a preference?
No, to me it's the same. Just start with the Quran because I know more about the Quran than the Bible.
Sure. You know more about the Quran, so let's do the Quran. So what we do at Speaker's Corner with formal debates is that, guys, if you can help me, please, one of you, is he speaking in Arabic? He comes across confused. If you, when you go home, please try and not go home. Sorry. When you later on, if you are able to find some help for him, some medical help, he needs some medical help. Please. No. But if you can find out someone, he's very confused, standing from behind me and saying irrelevant stuff. We do at Speaker's Corner. At Speaker's Corner, formal debates here. It's not fully formal. So what we do is 3 minutes each. 3 minutes each. But someone needs to keep time. 3 minutes each. No, him. No. I don't trust him. I don't trust him to tell me what is right, what is left.
Because I know both.
Him.
I know.
Can you keep time? Or one of you, can you keep time? 3 minutes each. Not yet. Oh, so you're here for please.
What? You came with your point, he just came out of nowhere. You each get 3 minutes?
No. He's an expert. He's an expert. He says. Are you an expert with the Quran?
Go.
No, him. Yeah, I won't debate. Do you see? Okay, the lady. No one. So the lady can keep. I don't debate with everyone. Him, I won't debate. Him, I will debate because I've spoken to him earlier, and he said he knows Arabic. 3 minutes each. No, we haven't started. Sorry, we'll start again. Sorry. We'll do. Wow, please, my dear friend. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me, please. Don't touch me. What's wrong with him? Is he related to someone? Is he related to someone? My dear friends, if he is related to one of you, please take him home. Please. Confused. 3 minutes each. And we'll do roughly 5 or 6 rounds. Yeah, 5 or 6 rounds. The topic, my dear friends, please listen. The topic. The topic. Okay, would they listen to you? Is there any Muslim that listen? Please ask them, please. Stay quiet. Thank you. Please. Thanks. Yeah. Thank you. All right. The topic, my dear friends. What's your name? Abdullah. I'm Arul. The topic. Can you please come here just to make sure all cameras can cover. The topic. The topic we have, my dear friends, is whether the Quran has been preserved or corrupted. That's the topic at hand. What is wrong with you? Come. Please keep moving, please.
Tell him not.
Don't say behind me.
Don't touch me.
I don't trust you, sir.
Don't touch me.
So that's the topic at hand. 3 minutes each. Do you want to go first? No, you go first. No, you are the one who is going to defend. Please go first.
You only defend the points that you bring up.
No, you make a positive case. Otherwise, you won't be making a positive
You are
case.
talking about the oral tradition and the written
No,
tradition. You can bring it.
preservation of the Quran. You go ahead because you are the one defending. Otherwise, you won't be defending properly.
I don't
So if you
need 3 minutes
present,
for that.
please. 3 minutes.
I don't need 3 minutes.
Okay, whatever time you need. Please go ahead. Okay, one second. Can you once in a while show us the time?
Whenever it's
Yeah.
done, I'm
Thank you very
going
much.
to- Okay, so the simple point I'm going to make.
Start. Yep.
Okay.
All right, the gentleman has started. The time is running, sir.
Now, the first thing to prove that the Quran is preserved, okay, is that first of all, the Quran makes the claim in Surah Al-Hajr, إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. So that's the claim that the Quran makes. And the other claim that the Quran also makes is a challenge to all people that
You need to be a bit louder. Can you be a bit louder?
you want to start off?
Start again. Sorry.
First of all,
Thank you. Start again. No, this is not. This is only for the cameras. It won't amplify. Yeah.
Now, first of all, the Quran itself makes the claim that it is preserved. Okay, in Surah Al-Hajr it says, "Inna nahnu nazzalna al-dhikra wa inna lahu lahafidhun," which translates into that we have revealed the Quran and we have preserved it. So this is the claim that the Quran is making, and also the Quran challenge to humans that if you do not believe that this is the word of Allah and this is the Quran, then you have to and come up with something that is like the Quran. Okay, or come up with a verse or a surah that is like the Quran. And until now, no human being has been able to meet that challenge and to come up with a surah or even a chapter or a verse that is like anything like the Quran. So this in itself is proof that the Quran is true, it is the word of God and has not been corrupted or changed. Okay, the other thing is that the oral tradition that you were actually talking about previously, even though that you were trying to make the point that Arabia had a written tradition, we don't deny that. There were some people in Arabia who were literate and used to read and write, but the majority of people in Arabia were not literate. So the way the Quran was preserved by oral tradition is a unique way. Even though the Christians think that it is not as strong or as effective as the written tradition, it is a unique way of preservation that was not there before, not with the Christians, not with the Jews, and the memorization of the Quran and the way it was transmitted from generation to generation is a unique way that no other book in history was ever preserved in that way. So this is
Not even the Bible.
of course not the Bible. So this is proof that the Quran was preserved in a way not like any other work of literature. I've said what I want, and it's your turn.
So your
Oh,
argument.
wow.
Please tell him
Well, don't
your
speak.
argument
Don't
is
speak. Wow.
that mine wasn't written.
Can you don't speak from the back, sir? You're speaking to my ear.
It's good.
You're so
At
too
least
close.
you're listening.
You're too close.
Don't touch me.
But
Don't touch me.
give us our space.
Don't touch
Thank
me.
you.
Don't touch me.
What's wrong with him? All right. Can we start now?
So your argument is wrong.
Wow. Don't speak at the back, sir. You're speaking to my ear, sir. You're annoying, please. Thank you. All right, my dear friends, the topic is whether the Quran is preserved or corrupted. Our lovely friend Abdullah, who is from the Hijazi heartland, Dubai, Arabic speaker, was going to demonstrate how the Quran is preserved and not corrupted. Unfortunately for him, Abdullah even did not start the debate. He did not provide any evidence,
He did.
any historically verifiable evidence of any stretch of imagination. All that he did was repeat the standard Islamic claims. I completely understand that in Islam there are claims. In Islam there are all sorts of claims, and this is why I call Islam a perfect delusion, entire delusion. You have confusion about everything, claim about everything. Your problem is not that you haven't got claims. Your problem is that despite the claims, you can't provide any evidence. Abdullah is one more demonstration for the fact that even he can't provide any evidence. In the next round, see carefully if he is providing any evidence for claiming that the Quran is preserved. Not just repeat the assertion, but provide evidence. Why do I think the Quran is corrupted? I think the Quran is a good example of the most corrupted literature ever. I'll give you a simple example. In Surah An-Najm, which is Surah 53, in Surah 53, in the first 30 ayats or so, you find a story of a man who meets the Islamic Allah twice. He meets the Islamic Allah twice. When a literature is not corrupt, you should be able to demonstrate in a timely manner, showing timely evidence who this guy is, when did he meet, in what place, and so on. You should be able to show details of the story. You should be able to provide identification of who it is talking about, and so on. Most Muslims today think the person here is Muhammad, but I'd like Abdullah to provide a reasonable justification for why this is Muhammad. If he cannot, then he must conclude that the story of the Quran has been lost forever. Surah 53, why are the first 20 verses about Muhammad used based on evidence, sir?
First of all, what he mentioned that the Quran, that what Muslims,
Can you please speak up a little bit?
now, what he says is that the Quran only makes claims and claims and Islam is the religion of claims. Just something he's saying, okay, now it's easy for him to just say that, these people make claims without providing any evidence, and he wants some sort of evidence that he can't even provide for his own religion, okay? Now, if he says that, okay, as Muslims, you need to provide evidence that the Quran is like this, and the Quran has been preserved, and that Muhammad is the one mentioned here, and then that kind of evidence that he's asking for, he can't provide the same for his own religion. So that's a bit of, he's been a bit of a hypocrite now. Okay? Because he's asking for kind of standard that he can't provide for his own religion. Now, okay, what you're saying here about Surah Al-Najm, which is a very specific thing that you brought up, okay, to actually deviate from the original topic of it, okay, which is the preservation of the Quran. Now we're going into detail about certain ayahs and surahs, and you want an answer for that, we can easily provide. But I don't even understand the point you're trying to make about the Surah Al-Najm. I really don't understand that. You just brought up a surah and say, why is it Muhammad? Okay, so if we claim that is Muhammad, what kind of evidence do you want? Your question is not clear to me. I don't know what you're asking for. I don't even know. It's not clear to me. So at that point there, if you want a clear answer, you have to make your question a bit more clear so I can give you an answer. But it's not clear to you. I don't know what. I mean, I don't know why you suddenly went into from the main topic into a detail regarding a certain surah, and the question wasn't even clear to me, so I can't give you an answer to that. Now, when you talk about evidence about the preservation of the Quran, which you say that I didn't provide, you have to make clear what do you consider as evidence, so that I can provide you with the kind of evidence you're asking for. Otherwise, just saying that we want evidence without even explaining what you actually accept as evidence, I can't really help you with that. It's your turn.
Sure. Abdullah, restart please. Thank you. Abdullah, like any other Muslim, despite the fact of coming from Dubai, being an Arabic speaker, having been a Muslim for such a long time, doesn't have a clue, just like the other Muslims. He doesn't understand what it means to claim that a literature is preserved and what it means to claim that a literature is corrupt. I'll give you a simple example. When is a literature preserved? A literature is preserved if you can take the literature, read through it, and you understand who the literature is about, what was said by that person to someone else, who the other people involved in the literature are, what timeline the literature belongs to, what location does the literature belong. Once. Sorry, once. Hey. Can you bring the camera, please, brother? Hello, sir. He is here. Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Don't drag him. Don't drag him. Don't drag him. Sai, I'll be with you. I'll be with you. Right now. Sai. No. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Sai. Then I'm going to be with you. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. No. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Would you like to?
Do you really want to arrest him?
They took his property.
Are you kidding us, sir? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Hello. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. Excuse me, sir. Hey, hello. Officer Fletcher. Officer Fletcher, please. Sai. One second. Sai. Please listen. One second. Sai. One second. Sai, please listen. When they come, you need to let them clearly know that I will be speaking on your behalf right now. Okay. And if at all they ignore me, the first question you need to ask is, why have they put a hand upon you? Justify and do anything. Please. Sai. This is serious. Why did they do this?
And the guy who attacked.
The guy was
Ridiculous.
They see what happened, and he was trying to.
One second. Sai. Please be with Sai. Please be here. I need to go to the police officer. Please come. Officer Fletcher, can I please go back? Excuse me, sir. I am not going anywhere. I am standing. This is a public place. I'm going to. Don't touch me. Don't touch me, sir. Don't touch me, sir. Don't touch me, sir. Please don't touch me. This is Speaker's Corner. Excuse me, sir. Can I have your name and badge number? Please come over. You touch me. Introduce yourself. Listen to me carefully. Step back. You touched me already. I need your name and badge number first. Excuse me, sir. If you can please come and introduce yourself, because no. You touched me already. And therefore, please come here. Introduce yourself. Excuse me, sir. I'm going to complain. Is there a senior police officer here? Who is the senior here, sir? Who is the senior officer here? Are you kidding me? Excuse me, sir. I am demanding right now. You're touching me again.
Step back from me.
You have touched me multiple times, pushed me multiple times. I need to know who you are.
Okay,
I really need to know who you are.
You go over there, and I'll wait for me there.
I'm not going anywhere. You pushed me multiple times. Introduce yourself. Because you pushed me already. Introduce yourself. Give me details and then move on. Very important. May I please know who you are?
I've dealt with this matter. I will talk to you.
If you hadn't pushed me, I'd be happy with that explanation. You have pushed me multiple times. I need this information now, sir. This gentleman has pushed me.
No, that's what I was actually seeing that same angle.
Sure. Thank you. This is ridiculous. You let a criminal go away and you do this to.
I can't deal with this matter. All I hear is you're shouting away. So you be quiet.
If you can, excuse me, sir. If you can ask us, we may provide information.
Yes.
Instead of pushing us around, please ask.
What I've asked you to do is step back and we'll come and speak to you in a minute. But you won't do that. You insist upon yourself.
You pushed me. Is this clear to you? You pushed me. Don't nod away, sir. This will be a complaint for you. Behave in an unbiased manner. One second. Behave.
Stop lying.
Don't nod
He's
to
a
Muslims
liar.
here.
He's
Please
a
don't.
liar, liar,
Please
liar,
don't nod to Muslims.
liar, 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 liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. Liar, 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 liar. He's a liar.
Safir. What's the name of the officer here? The gen.
I'm just telling you. They said he tell you
No,
lies.
he was nodding when I was after he has pushed me. Can I speak to you, please, sir?
You can't do this, man. It's
I know,
someone's telling
but this gentleman,
It's fine.
who is your
He's
compatriot,
a liar. Trust me.
All right, what did you
I
say?
saw him.
What did you say?
I
he
saw him. That guy touched him. That's why he didn't do nothing. That guy. He's a liar. He's a far away over there. He's a far
I
away.
don't know what's going on. It's a
Stop
thing,
lying,
right?
man. He's a liar,
Everyone's
man.
shouting, everyone's screaming. I have no idea
He's
what's
a
going on.
liar.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
I
No,
saw
he didn't
part.
say lie. He's a liar.
I'll speak to you separately.
He's a liar.
I saw what happened.
But no one's telling you what's happened. So how do
You are liar! Stop lying the police! Stop lying the
All.
police! Stop lying! Liar! 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 Stop
No,
lying
that's
the
fine.
police!
That's fine. All because the gentleman, who is your fellow officer, nodded to this gentleman after he shouted. If you had acted unbiased in an unbiased manner, it wouldn't have encouraged him. Don't nod.
He's a
Before
liar!
you get information,
He's a liar.
don't nod. Don't nod.
You're a liar.
It's an evidence
You're a
for
liar.
you not being unbiased. Thank you.
Everybody!
Thank you.
Liar!
Come and push me, and he calls me a liar, he nods.
step back? You haven't done so.
You pushed me.
Yes, I did.
You did.
I did.
And therefore, you have assaulted me.
No. I've asked you
It
to step
doesn't
back.
matter whether you're a police officer or not, you assaulted me, sir.
I've asked you to step back.
We
You
will
haven't.
try and see if it matters or not. You have assaulted me. Thank you very much. If you can please be on your way, that will be marvelous. Please be on your way, that will be marvelous. I don't see you as an unbiased officer. After pushing me, nodding to a Muslim man's chant, not interested. Sorry, thank you.
Liar! 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 Liar!
Well, so here, there are a number of witnesses here. There are camera recordings here.
You are a liar.
Don't touch me. 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 Thank you. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You're coming to me. Coming to me.
You are the one who shot me.
Coming to me. Don't touch. Thank you. Can you please bring me? Can you please bring me?
He said that it's
Officer, can I please apologize? I need your. I know. He's a public servant. Please don't mind. He is not a private asset. He's not a private asset. He's a public servant. Thank you.
Are you coming? Go, Dr. Banda. Of course, I understand. It's a difficult job. You guys got a difficult job. It's most people that the guy.
Don't lie. You.
Yeah. Liar.
Stop lying, man.
Because you're screaming liar, right?
Stop lying.
I'm lying.
It's on the camera. It's on the camera. Now go.
Nobody care about camera.
We have put camera. It's talking on the camera.
Okay, let me speak. Let me speak. The guy pulled his phone.
वो फेंक देगा मार देगा कैमरा
It's live. It's live. So it's no broken. No. Okay. Where's the man job to stop as well? That's what happened first. No, they are left up. Yeah. What's the Let's see You're standing in front of brother. What is the It's light, It's light, yeah. So it's safe. It's light. So I'm not getting the unless I do. Then he goes there and he comes back and he takes the He's standing behind. He's standing here. Just behind him is the before to him, he must be thinking that this guy's property, so they were arguing about his land. So where is this guy property? Oh, wait. No. Because what is it? Okay, can you see him? Yeah? This is it. So he's Catholic.
Then we didn't come say salam alaikum, hello, how are you?
God of England, the God of Sudan, the God of Antarctica and Antarctica, the God of Africa, the God of America, the God of the moon, the God of the sun, the God of
What's his message?
They are our servants.
Well, no, but you are basically
The servants of God.
no, but in law. Law.
In law, they are not gods.
You are
In law, they are
no,
not
no, no,
gods.
no, but
God, God saves the king.
the
The king doesn't save himself.
boy because
What is the core of your message? Pardon? What's the core of your message? The core of my message is to promote the English-Muslim alliance in the United Kingdom. That's the core of my message. To promote the idea that being English and being Muslim are not necessarily against each other or antithetical to each other. And there is common ground there and common interests.
Muhammad is the pedophile. Muhammad is the pedophile. Muhammad is the pedophile.
Sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Hasbi Rabbi Jalla